sharing my screen so we can get on with our presentation, but you're welcome to continue popping your information in the chat if you want to. Okay, so presenting in Canva today. Canva's one of my favorite places to be. How to set up and sell and grow, so using social media to change. Now, as we all know, if you've been on social media for a little bit of time, social media does change quite regularly, and that's okay. It's their business. We just need to learn how to play their game. One thing in order to help us become less frustrated in times of stress is to really take a step back perhaps and think that, 20 years ago, maybe a little bit longer, we didn't have the chance to advertise our business for free to billions of people. We had to pay for radio advertising or TV advertising or newspapers, or trying to, get into the thousands of people that were in the yellow pages or the white pages. It was all print, and it was very costly. It was very expensive. So kudos to anybody who grew their business in those times without social media. But we have access to this now. And isn't it quite incredible that we can get in our business in front of thousands, billions of people all over the world for free? So if we learn to, if we really learn to use these, I'm just reading the chat. If we learn to use these tools properly and play their game, and when they change, their business, which they can, it's their business, we just update ourselves and update our information and go with the flow. I do understand it is a little bit frustrating. I am in exactly the same boat as you. I've had to spend time this morning just updating this webinar because some of the things have changed even since I created this webinar a little while ago. So it's a good idea to get onto some blogs or get onto Meta Business Suite and have a look around and see if you can get onto some newsletters, have a look at, see if you can jump onto a few places, Facebook groups where people update you, and people update you on what you do need to grow. Okay, so why do we actually need to be on social media? Well, you don't have to be on social media, but if you want to reach lots and lots and lots and lots of people, it is a very, very good place to be. Okay, I'm just going to check the chat. Great, we've got Mark here. He's in Perth, week 11 out of corporate life into self-employed world. Do business ventures, one of the two partners, leadership and change solutions. In the other business, I coach blokes, and also just about finished writing a book. Congratulations. It's pretty tricky doing that. I've written 3 books and it really is all consuming. And I've also owned multiple businesses as well. So I do understand. Now, Daisy is here and she runs Gifts and Souvenirs Workshop in Perth. Run this business for about 10 years and I want to make sure the opportunity to sell more product with the internet. Nice to meet you all. Great to meet you, Daisy. If I'm glad I read those out because Mark and Daisy are actually sending that just to me. So if you wanted to open up that chat and send it to everybody, whenever you want anyone to see that chat, that's a good idea, and get other people to learn your business. Daisy, I hope that you have set up your commerce manager so people can actually shop from your page. All right, let's get into that. So with more than 2.89 billion monthly users, it's important to make a really good impression for your business. This is your shop front. If you only have a digital business, this is your shop window. You need to make it so that people, when they scroll through it or they walk past it, they say, "Oh, that's interesting. What's in there?" And they come on in. So that's something that you can just sort of think about. Try to think about as your Facebook and your Instagram as your shop front window. You're probably aware that Facebook does own Instagram and about 4 or 5 other platforms as well. So in order to connect to your Instagram account, you do need to have a Facebook. In order to connect your Instagram account to Facebook, you do need to set your Facebook up first. So let's start there. So let's set our Facebook page up first. Now you want this process for your customers to be very easy, very smooth, very simple for them to know what you do, for them to start understanding your business very quickly, and for you to set it out so that they get to know you, they get to learn who you are, and they get to know your brand, and they get to trust you, and then hopefully buy from you. So we're going to set that up so you can make that first great impression. Now, I'm assuming that you already have a business Facebook page and you're not using your personal one. I do see people using their personal ones for business. It's against the Facebook's or Meta terms of services. So if you are using your personal one for business, I encourage you to start a business page, but every now and then share what you're doing on your personal page. So don't use it predominantly and specifically for business. People say, oh, they won't catch me. But I have multiple people every week say Facebook has shut me down and I don't know why. So let's just play by their rules. Most people are using mobile phones to look at your work, at your pages. So we just need to make sure that everything that you do looks good on a mobile phone. I like creating content on my desktop so I can see it easily, but I need to always have in the back of my mind that other people, all of my clients, mainly all of my clients, are looking at my content on their mobile phone, and it needs to be very, very easy for them to read. So if you haven't met me before, hi, my name is Victoria. I do live in Western Australia. I know we've got quite a few Western Australians here today, which is fabulous. Usually there's people from all over Australia, but we seem to be predominantly WA today, which is really nice. I've owned my own bricks and mortar stores. I've written books. I own multiple e-commerce stores. I own a skincare company now. We only launched in January, so we're very new. But I have been in small business, owning my own small businesses for about 12 years now. I'm on the board of the Chamber of Commerce, very, very passionate about seeing small businesses grow in the regional areas. And I'm a Shopify and Facebook partner. I've got my Bachelor of Teaching, Cert for small business, and I'm a certified e-commerce specialist. Most of all, though, I'm a mum to 2 teenagers. So let's get started with your Facebook. Basically, your profile picture needs to sit inside that circle. So if you are creating a logo, some logos I see in the writing is really, really, really long along here. If you're creating a logo, that's fabulous. You can create that with lots of words along the bottom, but just use that for your website. Ask your logo designer to actually give you a logo that you can fit inside that circle, because you'll need to use that circle for quite a number of different social medias. So this is a great one. It's friendly. It's got her whole face in it. Another great one sits inside. We can see very, very clearly the words underneath it. Another great one here. It just sits right inside that logo. You can see here, I put this here because a lot of people a lot of my clients, their brand is them. That they are a coach or they are a speaker, and their brand is them. They don't sell products. So a service-based industry, it's usually them. And so then I've had a few people that don't put their face. They might put their cat, or they might put a picture of something completely random in there. Now, when we come to the internet these days, most of us come with a little bit of skepticism because we've all heard of being scammed online. It's on the news all the time. We often know someone who's been scammed online. So our job as business owners is to build the trust that we need to portray in our businesses to the people. And so if you have your face here, that's fantastic. If you have your cat, that's not going to bring a lot of trust into your business. This one, the face is in there, that's great, but the words are off. This one just doesn't sit all inside the circle. So just make sure that everything sits beautifully inside that circle. Your cover photo, now there's no point in putting the same logo on the logo and on the cover photo, because you're absolutely wasting your valuable real estate. So for example, you can put your logo here and then a picture of your actual product or someone using the service. This then sits here when it's on a desktop, but it actually sits over the top when it's on a mobile. So always check what it looks like on different platforms, and it probably looks different on an iPad as well. So you might like to check that too. Go through all of the details, and you won't be able to, you may not be able to list every single part of it, but go through and fill out as many of the details as you possibly can, because it gives you an extra chance to put in your website, an extra chance to have a call to action. Do people need to book in with you? Do people need to phone you? Do people need to WhatsApp you? It gives you a chance to have a discount code in there if you want to. Now, these keywords are very, very important. So putting in words to teach Instagram and Facebook what your page is all about. And that's a little bit of research on your part. What are people Googling? What are people looking at? What are people searching for to find your business? And writing that list of keywords, and that's going to be incredibly important for you in a variety of ways, because those keywords can be used in the description, they can be used in your content when you're talking, they can be used in your content when you are writing, and they can be used as hashtags as well. So these keywords have actually started to become a lot more important recently, because Google 3 weeks ago came out and said that for the first time in Google's history, Instagram and TikTok are actually competing with them as a search engine. And the way Google works is through keywords that people search in, and keywords can be key phrases. They don't need to be just one word. So Google CEO has actually come out saying, holy dooly, this is for the first time ever. Wow. So that's important for us to remember, to do our keyword research. And if you're a client of mine, I probably would have already put you into a keyword webinar that Business Station does, because it is actually very important at the moment for you to get those keywords, so that Facebook and Instagram can know who to put your content in front of. So categories, be clear about this so Facebook knows where to put your page in front of again. So mine, shopping and retail, that's what I do. What's yours? Is it a booking? Is it a restaurant? Is it a service? We need to be very clear about that category. And that actually changes the look of your Facebook page as well. So if I didn't have shopping and retail, the shopping tags and the call to action button would actually look a little bit different. So be very specific. You may not get exactly what you want, but try to get as close as you can. Okay, now this contact. So only put in there what you're going to answer, and I'll cover this a little bit later as well. And it's really important, because if you've popped a message button in there, and if you're having issues, and I know a lot of people are, they've been contacting me on how to actually get those messages, because Facebook's changing a little bit at the moment. If you've put messages there and you don't know how to get to your messages, change it, because you may be missing out on people messaging you and missing out on connecting with your customers and getting paid, getting your customers. So don't put your phone number in there if you're not going to answer. A client a little while ago didn't realize that their phone number was in there. A lot of people have WhatsApp by default, and some people don't even know how to use WhatsApp. So, and their clients don't use WhatsApp, and that's actually the most important thing. So we need to realize and we need to understand what our clients are using so that they can contact us in the best possible way. I send people to my website. I want them to go and have a look on the website before they ring me and ask any questions, before they message me and ask any questions. So they can go to the website, and then if they still have questions, they can go to the frequently answered, or they can go to the chat function there. But I don't really want people messaging me all hours of the day and expecting a message back straight away, because I really enjoy my sleep, and I'm not going to put my notifications on and answer those in the middle of the night, because if you do have message me, people do expect a message back. You can set up automated messages though. Okay, so with a contact, make sure that it is a contact that you're happy going to. And then just go through and fill out as much as you can. Like I said, you probably can't fill out all of it, but that's okay. You can set up an automated messaging system, welcoming people who message you. You can set up the templates and tabs. So setting up the best template for your business. So the call to action button can direct people to the best place. And then you can move those tabs around to showcase people about what you want. You might have events, you might have bookings, you might have restaurant. So you can move those tabs around to show, your customers what you want. And then go through all the other tabs and just change anything to suit your business. Now, people say to me, I don't want to invite my friends. Why not? Why not? Your friends hopefully will support you in your business. And if they don't want to support you and you've invited them, they don't have to accept. So if you go through and you say, I'll invite all of these people, they don't have to accept. And when you're first starting your business, it's important to get some people liking your page, even if they're not going to be your ideal customer down the track. It's a very, very good idea to start getting the page moving. And this is you inviting your friends and your family to start liking your page. And then I would actually encourage you to ask them to say, look, when I post, can you click like, or can you put in a comment, so that Facebook realizes that it's a page that it's going to be engaged on and not just a page that someone has set up. They can then come off your page if they don't like your content and if they don't want to see it all the time. So it's really entirely up to them of what they want to do. But I do encourage you to, when you first start setting things up, or if you haven't done it already, to invite your friends to like your page. Hopefully they're going to support your business. Okay, so let's go back to your normal view of your business page. So there's a little on your business page, on the underneath this area, you'll find a little icon that's you. If you can click on the arrow next to that, it actually changes it so you can see your page as a customer. So when we set up our page, we're admin, and we see all sorts of different things that our customers don't actually see. I encourage you to every now and then click on your page, click on the little arrow next to the icon, and then look at your page from a customer's point of view and see what they see. It actually looks a little bit different, and you'll be surprised at the things that they see that you don't realize that they may have seen. So thinking about a customer's point of view, this is a good one. Business Station's put this together quite well. It said, it's got the logo that will fit into a circle. It's exactly what we do and where we do it. This is in the middle. This is going to sit within a Facebook page, a mobile, because often this end and this end gets cut off on a mobile view. So if you've got information, I encourage you to pop it in the middle here, right? They've set it up so that it sits inside the circle. The logo sits inside the circle. They've got who they are, and they've got a very clear call to action button. So that call to action button sends a message, and there is a system already set up to answer those messages. So have a think about how you want your call to action button set up. It might be to a download lead magnet that you want to give people that is automatically set up. So people can click on that. You've put the website link in there that goes to your download, and people can do that. And there's a system that's set up already that you can communicate with them. This can change also. If you're in a launch and you've got a lead magnet, pop that in there. If you've got a sale on a particular product, you can change that. Maybe you've got a 24-hour sale on a particular product. You can change that to go directly to that product that you are advertising. Now, the reason why we want to send people using this system to a website is because Facebook allows you to put a link in your content, but Facebook doesn't like you sending people away on every single post. And so if you say, if you'd like my lead magnet, or you wouldn't say lead magnet, if you want my checklist, go and grab it, click the shop now button up there. You wouldn't actually put the link in there. Now, Instagram doesn't even let us put a link in there. I mean, you can type a link in there, but people can't click on it. It doesn't allow us to do that at all. And this is why it's important to set this call to action button up very, very well. Okay, so this is Mel. She's set up her page. She's set up a page very well. So straight away, you'll know what she is promoting. Straight away. It's a fun, interesting picture. And it's set up very, very well. She's got her logo inside the circle. She's got who she is, where she is. It's in the Southwest. And it's very, very clear about what she does. She's got her shop on the website, call to action. Perfect. So don't overcomplicate it. Just, what do you sell? Show us. And make it very, very easy. Now, every single time we change our phone number or our website or our call to action button or our cover photo or our logo, it actually goes into our Facebook feed. So it goes into there. I call these admin type posts. Now, these are not useful for your customers to see that you've changed these all of the time. Some of them can be useful sometimes, but not all of the time. And when we're first starting to do this, sometimes we make mistakes and we do it again. And so in your feed gets another post that you've changed the phone number and another post that you've changed the phone number again because, oops, I did that wrong. So there's 3 little dots on the top right corner of those posts. I encourage you to just click on those dots and it either says delete, archive, or hide from feed. So just click on those dots and just clean up the page and see what's going to be useful for your customers to see. This is a quick posting strategy that you might like to have a look at. I'll just get rid of that. There's a lot that goes into a posting strategy, and I can go through this with you at another stage if you want me to. But you might like to screenshot this page because it gives you quite a few ideas on what types of posts that you're going to be doing. So you'll hear these people calling these content pillars, perhaps, but it's sort of 4 different types of posts that you're going to be doing. You're going to be showcasing your product or your service. You're going to be a little bit social because social media is social. You're going to be doing some inspirational posts, and you're going to be educating people on your product or your service. So these are different ways that we can do that. We can showcase our product or service. We can show people using it, video testimonials, tell them where they can get it, entertaining them. We can have some quizzes. We could give them some free download. We could show them behind the scenes. We could, share a joke if we wanted to. Inspiration. You could do some influencers, quotes, videos, before and after guides. But always, always, always coming back to your customer, what they want to see, and how you're going to build that awareness of your brand and your business. Educating people, telling them where to get your things, how they work, infographics, ebooks, loads and loads of different things that you can do here. This is a very, very quick snapshot of this. There's a lot more that does go into this, but this is sort of a bit of a strategy if you've got absolutely no idea what to post, a bit of a strategy around that. So 4 different types of posts. And then repeat the ones that your customers are resonating with. And we can go into our insights and we can see what people are liking and what people are commenting on, and what people are seeing the most. And sometimes it's quite surprising. I go into my insights quite regularly and just to have a look and see, am I reaching the people that I need to reach for my different companies? So I really encourage you for at least every 4th post to be showing your product or your service. Some people say to me, oh, but I don't want to be spamming people with my stuff. It's a business page. They can unlike it. They can unfriend it. It's entirely up to you, up to them. They don't have to keep seeing your stuff. But this is for your business. And if you're not promoting your product or your service to the people that are liking your products or your services, and no one's buying it, it's a very expensive hobby, very expensive and very time-consuming hobby for you. So I really encourage you to post your products or your services at least every 4th post. And also remembering it's very hard at the moment to grow on Facebook and Instagram because there's so many people on here. And I want you to think about that, setting this up and using it as a brand building exercise, but not putting too much of your own self-worth, I guess, into how many people are liking or sharing or posting. Because even for people like myself who have been doing this for years and years, I'm finding it hard to grow on Facebook and Instagram at the moment as well. So we set all of these up properly to give ourselves the best chance in order to sell our products and our services. So if you do have a product, I encourage you to set your product up in Facebook Commerce. Now you go into Meta Business Suite, jump into Commerce, and then you can set up your products in there. Now, before you do that, I want you to think about which website you have, because it's actually easier to integrate Facebook into your website if you've got products. So most of them do. Shopify and WooCommerce, I know, do. Hopefully Wix does by now. I don't think there's a few other ones that won't, but most of the bigger platforms do. Now, I'll tell you why, because once you have your, say for example, you've got Shopify set up. Once you've got Shopify set up and Facebook Commerce is integrated into Shopify, every time you update your products on your website, say you're changing your prices, or there's something that's sold out, it automatically updates it in Facebook Commerce here. So you're not having to have 2 separate commerce platforms. It actually automatically updates it into Facebook Commerce. Now, if you don't have a website that you can integrate that, you'll have to set up your own Facebook commerce on Facebook at the moment. Now, you may have watched some YouTube things, or you may have heard around the place that you can only use Facebook and you don't have to have a website. That's in America. It isn't brought out in Australia yet. So we are still waiting. I've been waiting 3 years, I think, for that to happen. And it's, yeah, when it first came out, everyone got very excited, and someone said to me, "Oh, fantastic, Victoria, when do you think this will happen?" And I said, "Not for a couple of years." And I said, "What?" And it's been even longer than that. So you in Australia, you do need to have a form of website to send people to. Okay, so click it on the set it up in Facebook Commerce. And then what you can do is whenever you post your product, you can have a little shopping cart here so that people can click on your picture, and then it goes to your Facebook Commerce and your Facebook and your website where people can buy it. It just makes the customer journey of buying easier. And we really want to make that customer journey very, very easy. Now, when you start setting this up, you'll notice that it automatically puts a dot right in the middle or over a product. It puts the dot right over the product. I actually encourage you to click on the bottom left or the top, wherever you want to. I always put it on the bottom left, so that when it opens up, I'll show you there, it has a little click here, and it's not over the top of the product. So I encourage you to click on the side there. That's just a little hint. Do it or not. It's entirely up to you. But I always put the little dot here so that when it opens up, it gives the people, the product name, but the product name doesn't go over the top of the actual product. Okay, set up and connect your Instagram business page. So if you wanted to do that, so you go into your Instagram app, you click on the bottom logo and then the top 3 lines, we call it the hamburger. Click on settings, click on account. Account. Oh yeah, so click on the account and then scroll all the way down and make sure that you've got this. So you've made sure that it's a professional account, a professional or creator. I would suggest professional, and that turns it into a business account. And then you can get insights, and you can do all of these other situations with shopping and retail, and you can connect it to your Facebook business page. And then just follow all the different, all the different steps along, and it will prompt you along, and it'll prompt you along, and it'll prompt you along. And then you set it all up, and you go, fantastic. And then return to the profile page. So this is your profile page, and click Edit Profile. Now have a look. Same as Facebook. Is your logo clear, and is it in a circle? And is it the same as your Facebook business page? We want that brand consistency everywhere we go. Everywhere we go. We want that on the website. We want that on the side of your car. We want that on your t-shirts. We want it on your hats. We want it on your products. We want it on your bags. We want that consistency, that brand consistency everywhere we go to build the trust for our customers. And then just go through all of these sections completed. I haven't completed all of them because they're not relevant to my business, but make sure that these have actually all been filled out as best as you possibly can. Is your bio very, very easy to read? And it might have a call to action at the end. So your call to action is your website. And again, you can direct people to different parts of your website, depending on, the time. If you've got a new blog coming out, you might direct people to there. If you've got a sale going on, you might direct them to a landing page. Now, the other thing that you can do if you've got a couple of landing pages, if you've got a couple of websites. Now, just to let you know, I don't know. Do I know? Oh, yeah, this is a client ages ago. So, but I'm not affiliated with these people. I just wanted to show you. There's something that you can use called a link tree. So you can see here, this link is a link tree. Now, link tree is free, and it's a very, very easy setup for Instagram. There are other places that you can do this, and it's not free, and it's a little bit trickier, but Linktree is very, very easy to use. Now, the reason why you would possibly use Linktree is if you sell on your own website, if you sell on eBay, if you sell on Amazon, or I've seen it. Someone had a lead page that they wanted people to download, but they had a booking system also if people wanted to book, and then they had the website as well. So think about if you've got different places to send people, this could be quite a good option for you. So making a link tree, and then it looks like this. It just gives people sort of different tabs to click on. So this person wants people to go to a Facebook, wants people to go to the website, perhaps wants people to go to the Etsy store. So again, you might have, she's got women's and men's t-shirts. So you might have just a few different options for people to go to. If you just want people to go to your website and you've already set up your Facebook pixel, your Google pixel, your analytics, you really want people to go to your website so you can start tracking where they're going and start remarketing to them, don't give them any of these options, because the chance that a child is going to walk in and say, "Mum, I want you," and they don't get to the website, or something happens, or they're at work and their boss walks past and they have to quickly flick off, it gives them too many sort of chances to go away. And so if you only have a website, I actually encourage people to just have your website in there, so that then on your website you can have the booking system, or the do you want to shop here or do you want to shop there. So have a little think about if you do want to have the link tree, because it does give your customers a step where they might not continue. But this could be a very, very good option if you have multiple places that you want people to go to and multiple choices for them. Okay, extra tips. This is actually the end. So if you've got any questions, get them ready, because we've got through this workshop very, very quickly. Now, extra tips. Have a look at your feed and delete anything that just doesn't fit very well. If you've created reels, and I really encourage you to create reels. Reels are working better than anything else at the moment for a variety of reasons, and I've done a whole entire workshop on this. Just make sure that the words are in the correct place for the grid and you're using hashtags correctly. If you've made TikToks, make sure that you take the logo off before posting them on Instagram. Instagram is in direct competition with TikTok. They don't really like seeing TikTok's logos all over their own platform. And I've noticed that TikTok is a little bit cheeky, and it actually encourages you to share on Instagram. So they're having a little spat. I see TikTok logos all over the place on Instagram still, but you'll find that that post won't get shown to many people, or it will get taken down. Alrighty. This program is brought to you, I mentioned in the chat, by Business Station, and I'm one of the digital business advisors. So I specialize in social media, e-commerce, Amazon. I sell on Amazon, and I have done for about 4 or 5 years now. So quite au fait with that, and e-commerce and Canva. So if there's anything that you need to find out about that, hopefully I'll know, or I'll find the answer for you. But in this program, we have a whole bunch of other experts. And I've even bought this program for myself under my other ABN because the experts are very, very good in their field. And I want to access their knowledge as well. So you get 3 hours worth of one-on-one advice, an hour, perhaps a month apart, and then 4 hours worth of workshops and webinars for only $44. Now, the other thing is, I know a few of you who are actually in this program already, I encourage you to tell your friends, because $44 for 7 hours from a federal grant is such a good deal. It really, really is. So pop it on your own Facebook as well. Say, I've been doing this program and, it's, I don't know, I was about to say it's great. You might have other thoughts. You might say it's amazing. But I really encourage you to share this around because, like I said right at the beginning, I love helping small businesses, and to see small businesses grow in regional areas, it's so great. It's so great to see what we're doing. We are doing some phenomenal things in our places, even in the metro areas. But small business is a fun place to be. All righty, I'm just going to stop sharing so I can have a look at the chat. Okay, best URL to share. That's a very, very good question. I'm going to share. And let's go there so we can stop presenting. And let's open up Business Station. What I do is, when I'm sharing it, is I come down to here, Digital Solutions. And then people have a little bit of a chance to read it. And then a very, very easy click there. So I'm going to pop that into our chat. So you can access that. Now, if you do want me as your advisor, my name is Victoria Ewan, Y-U-E-N. You get a chance to choose your advisor. And on the Business Station website, you can have a look through all of the advisors and you can see what they specialize in. So you do what's best for your business and choose one that is really going to help your business. And with those 3 hours, you can actually have 1 hour with one person, another hour with another person, another hour with another person, which is what I've done. I've actually done it with 2 ABNs that I have because it's a really good opportunity. All righty, so does anyone else have any other questions? So I'm interested, Daisy, with your souvenir shop, do you have a website for that already? Great, fabulous. And so that's actually why I brought up that information during the session. It's actually easier, if you haven't already, you might probably have already, is set up the Facebook commerce integration from your website, so that every time that you update your website and update the content on your website, it actually automatically updates in Facebook and Instagram. Okay, Reels. Is this covered with Facebook 1-to-1 sessions, or can it be? Absolutely, yes, yep. There is, what am I doing, another Reels one? I'm actually doing, Hannah, you're in Bunbury. I'm doing a live one in Bustleton if you want to come along. There's only 6 places left. So yeah, you're welcome to come on to that one as well. But Facebook 1-to-1 sessions. But yes, we can absolutely have a chat about that at the next session. Or the other place that's really good is to jump into the Business Station YouTube channel and have a look at all of the workshops and webinars that are there. Try and get the most up-to-date ones though, because like I said, I had to jump on board this morning into this session and change a few things already. So it does change quite rapidly. Make sure that you've got the most up-to-date information. And if you haven't jumped on board to Meta Business Suite yet, it was complicated. I didn't like it, and I've been doing my own research. I do my own, I listen to my own webinars and things every single week to make sure that I'm up to date. I've got lots of people that I enjoy listening to, and Meta Business Suite has really gotten a lot easier to use. It really has. So I encourage you to jump into Meta Business Suite, and that's where you can go into your Commerce Manager, your Ads Manager, you can go into your posting schedule, you can go into a calendar, you can schedule your posts, you can schedule your stories. There's lots of things that we can do in there. Alrighty. So if nobody has any other questions, I encourage you to spend the next 15 minutes or so of the hour that we have together actually actioning what we have talked about. So I encourage you to go through your Facebook feed and see if there's any admin posts that you can get rid of. Remember, you click those little 3 dots and hide it from the page or archive it from the page. What else could you do? You could go in, you could have a look and see if your call to action button is set up correctly. Jump onto somebody else's phone, jump onto a different computer, click the action button and see if it actually goes to where you've set it up, just to make sure that everything is integrated beautifully. Have a look at your Instagram page, have a look at your bio. Does it say exactly who you are, who you sell to, where you are, how to get to you? Does it give you a really good link to where you're going to be sending your customers? And see if it really showcases your business in the best light that it can be. Instagram used to be very, very curated. Put the link in Instagram new for me. I put the link in the description, put the link in your bio where it says website. Yep. Oh yes, it used to be very, very curated, used to be beautiful. So it was actually quite tricky if you're like me and you didn't really want everything to look absolutely curated and beautiful. Because I remember when I first started, I didn't put anything up. I mean, look at me now. I didn't put anything up unless I'd been to the hairdresser and I'd got full makeup on, and that it wasn't who I was. It didn't sit well with me, and it stopped me making content. So now it's a lot less curated, thank goodness, because it was actually doing not great things for people's mental health. They used to, have a look at Instagram and compare themselves, but we don't need to do that. We need to compare ourselves with ourselves and get better every day. But now with Reels, it is a lot more real. And we can post things that Instagram doesn't need to be so curated anymore. The only reason, if you're a client of mine and you're a graphic designer and you're showcasing your work, or an artist, I would possibly say to you, yes, it does need to look beautiful because you're showcasing your work. But with Instagram now, it doesn't need to look absolutely and utterly stylized every single post that we do, which it makes content creation a lot easier for us. And that's a big tick to TikTok. That's actually changed because of that, which has made content creation a lot easier for people like us who perhaps aren't graphic designers. Okay, so great to have you all here today. Thanks for popping in live. Thanks for popping into the recording if you are here. Hi, I wish you the absolute very best in your business, and hopefully I'll get a chance to speak to you. Okay, so Renee is saying, how does the new rules of Insta affect businesses? If anyone can use your pics or reels? Not sure. I'm not sure what you mean about if anyone can use your pics or reels. They should always be giving you, they should, and we should be, if we use anybody else's pictures or reels, we should be acknowledging the source that it comes from. We're not plagiarizing. And hopefully if anybody uses your pics or reels, pictures or reels, they are acknowledging the source that it comes from, which is you. So hopefully they've changed it like TikTok and people can mash up now. Yeah, so when you do a mashup, when you do, that's not the term, what do they use? When you do a duet, they should still acknowledge who they are doing the duet with. They should still acknowledge the other source. And then you'll get a notification, and hopefully that can grow your page as well. So hopefully that answered that too. Cool. Okay. Good to see you all again, and I will catch you in the next, no worries, Renee. I'll catch you in the next recording or the next webinar, or hopefully we'll have a good old yarn at some stage. Okay, see you. Bye.